This is the steps to buy at the auction. And this is if you have a large cash investment or if you have a large cash investor. Yeah, when I started buying at auction, it was just because I had investors. I was able to talk people into doing deals with me. And I said, hey, if you invest in this house, my first house, I said, I'll give you all the profit. And it was, I'll give you all the profit if you hire my wife to be the listing agent to be able to do it. And then I think I started to get 10% of the profit and then 25% of the profit. And 10 years later, now I get a lot more of the profit. Now I get between 50 and 70%, or now I can get lenders and different things. But I had to work my way up there. But I have very seldom ever bought with cash that was mine. Most of the time I bought a lot of houses using cash that was other people's money in different partnerships. So just because you don't have enough cash right now doesn't mean you can't do it. But you're gonna have to become an expert. You're gonna have to follow this system. Over the next couple of months, go find the people that can invest and tell them, hey, in a few months, there's gonna be more foreclosures than they've ever been. I've been taking all these classes, I've been taking all these courses, I've been studying, I'm ready. All right, so step one is you're gonna get the list. Step two is you're gonna filter it, just like we did before, but you're gonna filter things for houses maybe under 100,000. Maybe it's gonna be between 100 and 200. That could depend on how much money you have. That could depend on if you want rentals or flips. If you want rentals, then you're going to go with lower price points, higher rent amounts. If you want flips, you could do a little bit of any. You also want to do what your specialty is. If you have reliable, really good contractors, then doing a house built in 1950 will be easy. If you're just getting started, I would recommend doing houses built in the last 20 years because it's a lot simpler process to be able to do that. But at the same time, if a house is built in 1950, there's not much competition in that. And so right now, there's a lot of different reasons to figure out what your niche is. So you do your filter, here's your niche. So you started with 70 houses in Travis County, then you filtered it to your list, and now you've got 50 houses in Travis County. Now, at that point, go back to live updates. Number 3 says keep updating. So go back to our live updates and say, hey, is it still scheduled? Of those that you have left, now 10 of them have canceled. So you could take them off your list. They're no longer scheduled for auction. Maybe another 5 have opening bids that are too high. You take those off. Now you're down to that list of 25. And then you do the same things you were doing on the other ones. Knocking, door hangers, postcards, social media, phone, and letters. You go try to figure out as much as you can about that property. You can use Gmail to share the pictures. I used to go to properties, take pictures of them, email them to myself with the name and the subject line. I could search and find it, and it was free. We also have PropHawk, the thing that I just showed you. PropHawk is completely free, and you can use the mobile app, and it'll pull up your same properties. You can go to your June properties inside the mobile app, upload pictures, and it'll tag and tie to these properties on here. During the summit, we're going to do a whole hour showing you guys how to use that app, how to drive the houses, how to push it through. It should be some great info. But that's the next step. Go see the properties, track the properties. You're going to want to comp the houses. During the summit, we're going to do a whole course on how to price the houses. But the idea with pricing is you're going to say, hey, I found the same sized house that sold for $150,000. A lot like mine, I think mine's going to sell for $150,000. Then you're going to determine your bid price. You're going to say it's worth $150,000. I took pictures. I think it's going to cost me $20,000 for this contractor, this much for the profit. So I need to bid $105,000 as my max. Next, you're going to get your checks. Remember, at auction, you got to show up with cashier's checks. So you're going to go get your cashier's checks. They're going to be written to your name or your business name. You want it to look like a wallet. You're going to have a $50,000 check, a $10,000 check, a $5,000 check. You don't just want a $200,000 check. Then you're going to go to the auction and bid, and that's how you're going to buy. The other list types we have for this strategy is the sheriff tax sale list. It's a slightly different format, right? Because it's the liens and things like that. One of the steps I didn't have on here was actually to do your title research. That's definitely an important step before you're buying as well. If you look at any of our layouts, we talk about our 5-step plan. The title research is in there too. And during the summit, we'll teach you for free how to do your own title. You can always go to roddytitle.com and order title reports, but we're trying to empower you guys to be able to do it yourself. Then you go to the auction. The sheriff sale list is similar, slightly different process on how to go buy that, but it's similar in the fact that it's a live auction and you're bidding against other people.